ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾ? Welcome to Legacy Academy. Today we had a movie that got released directed by Christopher Nolan, and this is what the movie that says, that is Oppenheimer. So in this video we are talking about what is the Oppenheimer movie is all about, and I'll also be giving you some of the things from the movie, and also we'll be talking about his entire life. Okay, so we will know what was Oppenheimer known for, what did he actually do, and why is he called as, why is he compared to the god of fire. See, in the Greek mythology we have a god called Prometheus. See, Prometheus was considered to be the god of fire. Okay, see, as you know, fire is something that Prometheus is known for, the god who created fire, and Prometheus is called, he was the one who gave a boon to the mankind and also gave a chance to destroy themselves. So fire is something, if not controlled, is capable of destroying one's own life. So that is what the Oppenheimer is also known for. Okay, he is called as the father of the American nuclear technology, and he is also called as American Prometheus. Okay, so in this video we will talk about what is Oppenheimer life story is all about and why is it controversial. See, on the same lines there is a story in the Indian context also, and you all would have heard about a scientist from Kerala who is very much known as the ISRO spy case, who is very much known for the ISRO spy case, and the scientist's name is Nambi Narayanan. Okay, there was a movie also related to Nambi Narayanan recently. So on the same lines we have this life story of Oppenheimer, who was a renowned American physicist. So let's talk about Oppenheimer. This is what he is called as. He is called as American Prometheus for a reason, because he gave the entire mankind the weapon of mass destruction. So what did he do? I'll just give you a brief idea about what Oppenheimer did and what is this story all about. See, in the year 1945 we have the Second World War coming to an end. Second World War ended in the year 1945, and the Hitler had committed suicide inside his bunker, and Japan did not surrender. That's when Harry Truman ordered 2 nuclear bombs to be dropped on 2 islands of Japan that you all know, that is Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That physicist, that scientist who was behind this particular mission of developing these nuclear bombs, the atomic bombs as it is called as, that person is Robert J. Oppenheimer. So, and this entire movie, Christopher Nolan's movie, revolves around this invention, and also what are the things that unfolded after 1945. What led to the American government to consider Oppenheimer as a sabotage of the Soviet Union. So he was considered, because of his communist inclination, the Oppenheimer was considered to be a spy of Soviets, and he did not get his recognition that he deserved. So this is the plot of the entire movie. So American Prometheus, so he was born, as you can see, in the year 1904, 22nd April. Okay, so he went on to study physics from 2 very much prestigious universities, one from the US, that is Harvard, the second in the Germany called as Göttingen University. So he was the one who studied quantum theory, quantum mechanics, and also physics in these 2 universities, and because of his inclination towards his nation, he was very much inclined towards New Mexico, and he wanted to merge the New Mexico with quantum physics. That's what his dream was all about. So he wanted to bring back the technology, and in one of the Oppenheimer's classes when he is teaching, so there would be just one student who would be in his class, who would be registered for his class of quantum theory, which means he was the one who introduced the quantum theory and quantum physics in the entire continent of America. So before this, it was just the European universities, the prestigious universities in UK, France, and also Germany, who had their branches operating with respect to the quantum mechanics and quantum physics. So Oppenheimer was the one who introduced it to US. So from his interest towards quantum physics, because of his interest towards quantum physics, it turned his interest towards the nuclear physics. So the one important person who acted as a catalyst in the Oppenheimer's life in order to turn his interest from nuclear physics, quantum physics to the nuclear physics, was a person called General Lewis Gross. Okay, Lewis Gross was a general in the US Army, and General Lewis Gross was the one who would allocate the role of head of a Manhattan Project. Manhattan Project in the year 1942. Manhattan Project in the year 1942 was a project that was started by the USA, where the scientists, the renowned scientists all over the country, okay, were gathered at a place called Los Alamos National Laboratory, at a place called Los Alamos. Even today, the Los Alamos is very well known for its nuclear technology, the innovations in nuclear technology. So all the scientists were gathered at one place, Los Alamos, and Oppenheimer was the one who was heading these scientists. So Oppenheimer and this entire project of developing the nuclear technology was called as Manhattan Project. So Oppenheimer was appointed as a Manhattan Project head by General Lewis Gross. Okay, so this was a catalyst moment in the life of Robert J. Oppenheimer. So after this, in the year 1942, in the next 3 years, the group of scientists at Los Alamos, they go ahead and on 16th July 1945, they test this particular nuclear weapon. And in these 3 years, George Oppenheimer had a very close relationship with the 3 important scientists of that particular time period. You can call these people as the contemporaries also. One was Niels Bohr, who is very well known for his Bohr's theory. Second one was the Albert Einstein. Okay, second one was the Albert Einstein, and Albert Einstein and the Oppenheimer had a very good discussions about the theory of relativity and also his quantum physics. And the last one was the Heisenberg. So in physics, we would have studied about Heisenberg's constant and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. This is what is the person all about. And these are the 3 renowned physicists that we have from the 20th century. And these 3 people had a very close connection with Oppenheimer. So this project of Manhattan, where the group of scientists were developing a nuclear technology, was called by a code name called as Code Trinity. Okay, Code Trinity was a name given to that particular project. On 16th July, the nuclear technology was tested for the first time on the planet, and it was a huge success. Looking at the explosion, looking at the amount of explosion or the intensity of the explosion, the Oppenheimer remembers a verse from Bhagavad Gita, okay, and he was the one who just said that he was the one who knew 8 languages, and he was very fluent with respect to Sanskrit, and he was very interested in learning Sanskrit and reading Bhagavad Gita. So he remembers a verse from Bhagavad Gita where he says, "Now I have become death, the destroyer of the world," which means this weapon of mass destruction that he invented, this weapon of mass destruction that he headed, that is the Trinity at the Manhattan Project, is capable of destroying the world. This is what he says. And I have become the death. See, don't be of the assumption that he came out with this verse with a proudness. No, he was not at all proud of this. He knew that if this destruction, if the weapon of mass destruction lands in the hands of wrong people, this is capable of destroying the entire world. And he was very much uncertain about this. He was not the one who was happy man. He was not at all a happy man after this test fire on 16th July. Okay. So what happened? So this is a huge success. 1945, it's a huge success, and the USA celebrates this. Just days after this, Hitler commits suicide inside his bunker, and Japanese soldiers are not ready to surrender. That is when the USA decides to drop 2 nuclear bombs on 2 important islands of Japan, that is Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So the Second World War ended, which had started in the year 1939, ended in the year 1945. Okay. So how did the Second World War end? The Second World War ended, one side in Germany, Hitler has committed suicide. On the other side, that is Japanese side, the USA launched Little Boy and Fat Man. These were the names given to the 2 nuclear bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki respectively. One was the Little Boy and the second one was the Fat Man. So these 2 nuclear bombs, which were launched on 2 islands of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In Hiroshima, it took the life of 140,000 people instantly within minutes. These people were burnt into ashes in one island of Hiroshima. In Nagasaki, there were 70,000 people instantly who got burnt because of this bomb. So if we just sum these 2, you will have somewhere around 210,000 people or 210,000 people who died instantly because of this bomb, okay, this nuclear bomb. This is the reason why this is called as the weapon of mass destruction, and this is the reason why he also says that I am the death, okay, and this is why he is also referred to the Prometheus, the god of fire, okay. So 210,000 lives instantly were lost in Japan, and this did not end here, okay. Even today, if you just look at the genetic makeup of Japanese population, we still have the effects of these radiations being reflected in the genetics of Japan. This is still there. The radiations are even today affecting the lives of Japan. So this is how the Second World War ended, and this created a suspicion with the Soviets, and which led to a new era in the global politics, that is Cold War, which started from 1945 and ended in the year 1991. And this suspicion and this time period of the Cold War was very hard on Oppenheimer, because see, if you look at the Oppenheimer, and he was the one who came from a very ordinary background, and he was more inclined towards the communist ideology, which means he was also a part of the Communist Party of America when the America was going through the Second World War, early in the early 1930s. Because of his inclination in the university towards the communist ideology, after 1945, so from 1946 onwards, from 1946 to 1949, the Robert J. Oppenheimer was very much accused of having a very close Soviet connection, and people also accused Oppenheimer of inhibiting the hydrogen bomb technology which the US was about to start. So Oppenheimer, because of his invention of the atomic bomb, he was not very sure, and he was not at all comfortable, and he was not motivated to come up with one more weapon of mass destruction which works on nuclear fusion technology, that is hydrogen bomb. Whereas this is the nuclear fission technology, that is atomic bomb. It itself was a huge disaster, and he is being compared to the god of fire. And this is the reason why, because of his mass destruction, the weapon of mass destruction, he was not okay with developing a hydrogen bomb. So he is the one who inhibited or who challenged the entire US government for not having such a weapon of mass destruction. So because of that, he was accused of very close Soviet connection, and the Atomic Energy Committee, the AEC as it is called, the Atomic Energy Committee, which heads the entire atomic technology in the USA, accused him in the year 1954, accused him with a judgment of 2:1, and he was accused of sabotage, he was accused of espionage, which means he was a spy. They claimed the Robert Oppenheimer as a spy belonging to Soviet Union, and 1954 he was accused. But this continued till 1967 when he died. So till that point of time, he also worked as a professor of the University of the Advanced Studies at Princeton. So the last part of the Oppenheimer's life is something that is very much contested, and for such a renowned scientist and a physicist that the entire world remembers, and the one who has given the greatest contribution to the mankind, that is the nuclear technology, not the weapon of mass destruction that I am talking about, the entire nuclear fission technology. Okay, so the scientist who has given the entire mankind a huge technology deserves a very great reputation and also the respect from all of us. So this is about the story of Robert J. Oppenheimer, and also see, we are talking about this because there was a movie recently, that is Oppenheimer. And for more such videos, please subscribe to Lazy Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.